Right. How do you guys know your teammates?
We're brothers.
He's my cousin.
Yeah.
What do you think about each other?
Well, I like George. He's my little, smaller, shorter, younger brother.
Actually, he looks taller than you on camera.
And well, it's because I'm keeping it. Yeah, I'm trying to boost his ego, so I'm sitting down a little bit lower. I like George. When we were kids, he used to be real greedy with sharing his candy.
Yeah.
But he got over that.
Someone was real greedy with stealing it, is what I remember.
There's no stealing. Older brother has birthrights to candy.
Who's a better driver?
Me.
According to the DMV, state troopers, which ones?
Ooh.
I have a perfect driving record. 0 blemishes on my record.
That's a sign of
This is the man in many tickets.
No, that's a sign of inexperience. See.
Nope.
Let me explain something to you about let me give you a little background on me. Professional pizza delivery guy from, I'd say 15 till about 18, because I really had I was shooting for the stars, career-wise.
Which I started delivering pizzas for him at 15 also, before I had a license.
Anyway, so.
Was that in a performance machine like a Cutlass?
It was a high-performance 76 Cutlass. That was my first car, by the way.
It was sweet
and sassy. Yeah, it was a pretty sweet ride. That's back when, back when mullets were cool, mock turtlenecks, and Turkish ropes. But I mean, that's how we did it back then. And not only did I bring your food, but brought you your food in style in a green Cutlass. So a delivery driver. Due to the simple fact that there was multiple pizza bowls. A professional driver.
I'm still a much better driver.
Was the core. Besides, my dad and mom moved all across the country when we were kids, so driving is in my blood.
Cross-country driving is nothing to us.
Nothing. Second nature.
We've been doing it since 3rd grade.
That's right.
So, with your previous love affair with the Cadillac, how have you guys moved on into Volkswagens?
I had a friend named Joey Westcott. He had a Bug for sale. Bill was 16 at the time, and Bill picked it up.
$200. We've been into Volks. I've been into Volkswagens. George didn't come along until a couple years after. He was merely an admirer for a few years until I bequeathed him with his very first Volkswagen. Because here in Las Vegas, I'm like the godfather of Volkswagens. So no.
What's your driving styles?
My driving style is defensive aggressive. I'm always on the lookout for crackheads on the road. It's clear that no one drives as good as I do, and they're all blocking the road constantly. So
I drive it like I stole it.
I can verify that.
I push it to its absolute limits.
You can't.
If it's built right, it'll handle it.
His car sits too low, and you can't drive it like you drive a car. You're on the brakes more than you are on the gas. You want reality? That's reality.
So, describe the car that you guys will be taking on this trip.
It's a car that the rest of the Bullrun teammates don't want a piece of. The worst thing is getting waxed by a high-performance piece of machinery that'll travel with 9 people happily and comfortably. I mean, how embarrassed would it be to go? You go back home with your import car or whatever muscle machine you pulled out, and you're like, yeah, I got whomped by some guys in a Volkswagen. Not just a Volkswagen, but a Volkswagen bus, which you'll see.
Full-size bus.
Full-size bus. Full-size. It's for the big kids.
Not a truck.
For the big kids.
Right. And what would you describe as your relationship with your car?
My car? That car, the car that we're taking has an actual destiny to be on the show. See, this car I found in 1992, abandoned in the middle of the desert. Drug it out. I went back in 2000, picked the car up, restored it from the ground up, completely redid the entire vehicle into not your average daily driver bus, your average, hippie machine. It's not a hippie. Weed wagon. I mean, this thing's a monster piece of machinery.
Finely tuned piece of machinery.
Finely tuned piece of German automobile. Bullrun's an experience of a lifetime. Besides the fact, we kind of pick Volkswagens because Volkswagens are the underdog. At least this is according to Bill. The Volkswagen's the underdog. George and Bill T. The T stands for taking over, taking titles. I mean, we're taking it. We're taking it from, I hope there's a guy in a Lambo, so the guy in the Lambo can go sell it after he gets whooped by a Volkswagen at the end of the bull run.
Snap.
We were doing a little, this is back in my younger days before I had children and I settled down to the fact that I am, but some friends and I...
Your wife will see this.
Some friends and I were cruising down the road pretty quick, and It was a Saturday night. We're all racing to go get some food to eat, and we're sitting at the light, and then I take off, and I'm driving my twin turbo. But
that'll hurt.
we're driving down the road, and I think my buddy's right on my tail, and I'm getting ready to show him some serious maneuvers. And I go to do the e-brake slide through the intersection 180, and as I spin around, I see that there's a cop car that's been following me as I was speeding down the street. Machinery's on there.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, the truth is, by the time you look at the rest of the audition tapes, you're going to realize who needs to be on the Bull Run. The guys that should be on the Bull Run. All you got, I should stop talking right now and just let you watch the rest of the tapes, because now you know, now you know who should be on the chest bump. I have to give you.
And what is your temperament on the road?
It depends on the circumstances.
He flies off the handle. I'm pretty even keeled.
I like to be called cool
Takes a
hand.
lot to
I
get
like to
me
be
fired
called
up.
Cool Hand Luke behind the wheel.
What do you guys do?
What do we do
What do you do?
for fun?
Make sure I get to answer after this one.
Go ahead. I'll let George speak for a minute. Go ahead, George.
For a living, I own a Volkswagen restoration and repair shop. We do everything from bone stock restoration all the way up to a wild, big motor, slammed out, anything you want done to it, full system, stuff like that. Started that about 1.5 years ago. Before that, me and him were T-Brothers style, and before that,
set your goldfish free. Now she's singing. Blew out your pilot light and made a wish. She doesn't have to have her DB's records back now, but there's not a lot of things that she'll take back. She wants to see you so bad. She wants to see you slowly twisting, twisting.